right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And what I want to get into, this morning, all right, is dealing with the book of Luke, chapter 21, starting at verse 34, and I'll read it, expound on it in the spirit, Lord willing. This is Luke 21 and 34, and it says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with some fighting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the earth, on the face of the whole earth." Verse 36, "Watch therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." And what made me go into this, as I was out and about this weekend, and I'm always just observing, just looking and analyzing different things in the spirit and just the behavior of people, like how far out of touch with reality people are, especially here in America. The scriptures pretty much got it to the T, when they label America as dwelling without care. I'm hearing, as we go into all these things that talk about food shortages and, chaos, things going digital, and, all these things that, we go into, we keep up with. And then as you go out to society, society reflects as if nothing is happening, man. I'm at the at the bar, the sports bar, and I'm seeing people pretty much order food, nibble on it and give it back, to the waiter or waitress. Damn near whole place of food. And I'm like, these people is set up, all right, for a great suffering unawares. Okay? That's why Yahushua said that, like, look, don't get caught up in the cares of this life, and because people are so concerned with their own individual, agendas, they're not aware of things happening that's going to have a major effect on their day-to-day. You see? In this society, long as, especially in America, as long as an individual's day-to-day operations is not hindered, they really don't care about what's going on, going into that, this careless city. This is truly, a careless city. All right, speaking of America, the daughter of Babylon, and you just see the energy that people are in. You look at Jake, our people, you look at the Israelite man, his thing is to try to look important, even if he ain't got status for real, he just want to look important, all right. Eve attitude is horrible, man. Just observing Eve, like, and that ain't no thing I'm mad. I'm just observing. But you just looking, I'm just looking at Eve and how she moved, man. It's horrible, man. It's horrible for the most part. That's, it's not every single, woman, but the mass majority, man, it's horrible, man. The attitudes and the pride is horrible, man. And you see why, such harsh judgment is coming, to this society, man. Okay? This is why Jacob Trouble gonna be worse here. Because the type of person that's being, the type of all right, citizen that's being produced, okay, in America, man. You know? America is producing the most degenerate, all right, society of people, you know, that the earth has seen, man. That's why Yahushua say, you know, that the slaying of the Lord gonna be from one end of the earth to the other, man. Esau Edom has turned this society out, man. Okay? This is the anti-Messiah society in effect, man. Like never before. This is a global rebellion. And people are unawares because, like, when things, you know, heighten, a lot of things happen, and then it kind of go back to some type of normalcy, people are being rocked into a deep sleep, you know? Because even when you go into the method, how they, you know, how they doing the movies, how they hypnotize with the clock, you know, the little stopwatch going back and forth, you know? And your eyes following it back and forth, and then next thing you know, you're asleep. Well, that's how, you know, it's happening pretty much with things getting chaotic, then it go back to somewhat normalcy. Things get chaotic again, then they go back to some type of normalcy. So it's like a back and forth. And people are going back and forth to the point where when chaos happens, they numb to it. When different things happen in the earth, they're numb to it. That's why, because you gotta understand, like, the elites, all right, is they do particular things, they do it with a purpose. The elites are moving with a purpose. Like, you see, you know, Biden, you know, he might jump on TV and just flat out say something, you know, talk about the NWO, you know, tell them it's gonna be cyber attacks, it's gonna be food shortages, and there's no big uproar about it. They're just letting them know how asleep the people are. There are certain things that are being said, all right, in these speeches addressed to nations, and different leaders and politicians are saying that it should be uproars about. But people are so asleep. And the thing about it, they think they woke. If you had that whole, you know, cancel culture, woke culture, you know, you'll think that people are on it. But nah, man, people are asleep. And the ones that are on it, you know, is few. So, do Esau Edom, Yahweh Shema Shai, is making sure that people are unawares, man. You know, and we don't want to get caught up in it because it's easy to do. You know, because this is a society full of distractions, you know, entertainment. Okay? You can have one major event happen, you know, and people kind of stop and look at it for a minute. But then you'll have somebody, you know, upset somebody in the college tournament, and the crisis will be forgotten about, man. You know, that's how short, you know, the attention span, you know, that people have, man. You know, for serious affairs. You know, people have a never-ending attention span, you know, towards following and vain things, and, you know, sports and entertainment. But when it comes to serious affairs, the masses of the people, okay, are really sleepwalking, man. This is like, people are in the spirit, people are really sleepwalking, you know? And it's going to be all the way into the time of destruction. Just as it says in Noah, people are married, giving in marriage, drinking, eating. That same energy, that same, you know, it's the same scenario. Yeah, and Yahushua spoke about all these things, man. All right. So that being oblivious, to reality, that's something that was prophesied. So we're just, living prophecy real time. But as believers, we have to make sure that we're on point and we're not caught up, in the cares of this life. It's a balance. It's a balance to everything, and we have to make sure that we don't get off balance, okay, in this ministry, man. No matter, how drawn out this thing is, the back and forth between chaos and, normalcy, we gotta continue, all right, to keep the big picture in mind and always be ready to let these things go, at the drop of a dime if need be, to get uncomfortable for your house shot if need be, So we seeing all these things being set up, and the biggest setup is these people, man. Okay, they're in a coma when it comes to reality, So Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters were edified. Till next time I say shalom. Yashala, above, DTA soon.